Hi there, Tiffany Dugan again. The second video that I wanted to share with you, the second thing that I wanted to share with you is PearDeck. I'm at peardeck.com right here. And we use PearDeck a lot in my district. So we actually have an add-on right here that we can just click right here and it'll take us to PearDeck. But I wanted to show you where you go if you don't have that add-on for Google. So we start with peardeck.com, and it actually now PearDeck syncs with Google Slides, so it's super easy to use. I'm going to do the teacher login, and since it pairs with Google, it's going to just draw right from my Google account, which is amazingly helpful. And this is similar to a Google slide, and the way it puts it together is instead of it just being a Google slide, that students can answer questions on their Chromebooks. They can do their Chromebook while I do PearDeck with them. It's fantastic. But the part that I wanted to go through today was the vocabulary. I'm not going to be able to show you every piece of the vocabulary because I don't have students in front of me to show you how it works, but I'll try to explain it as we go through. The greatest thing about PearDeck is that it is super easy to use. It's super intuitive, and the kids absolutely love it. So I'm going to start here with this PearDeck vocabulary, and I'm going to start a vocabulary list. So all I would do is enter my first term. So let's say coat. Something that keeps me warm in the winter. So I'm going to go ahead and add a term and add a definition. I can add the next one just by clicking this. If you're stuck on a definition, you can click the definitions button and it will just pull one up for you, which is really handy and nice. And then what's really great is that once you've entered these in, you can save them. And then you're going to come over here and click Play Flashcard Factory. So let me show you what it looks like. So if I have, sorry, just a minute here. Okay, so I have some that I've done in the past. That was how I entered a vocabulary, but I have one that I've done before. This is one that I've pre-done. So I've already added the words and the definitions for a whole list, and I'm going to click Start Flashcard Factory. Now, this is the one that I'm not going to be able to show every single piece of how this works because, see, it's saying, okay, I see it on the projector, so it would be projecting to my classroom's Promethean board. I'm not technically at school right now, but we'll go ahead and do this. And then this is what my students would see on the board. So they would come here to this joinpd.com, and then they would enter this in. So there's these letters that they have to enter when they join, and then it always gives me a list to help them, a list to help me. So I can say acidic kangaroos help quick yards, and they know the letters that they need to enter. So then once we have everybody who's going to join, it will tell me up here how many workers have joined. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click clock in. And this is where it would sort my students. So here my students, it would sort them evenly. So if I had 8 students, I'd have 4 here in the day shift and 4 in the night shift. And then it would put them in, so what you would do is put your day shift into partners and your night shift into partners. So then we would click Let's Play, and this is the part that I can't show you as well. So they would take the word ultimate, and they would see on their screen, they would see a flashcard that's a square that looks something like this, and they would have to write a definition, and then they would have to draw a picture. And as soon as they write a definition and draw a picture, it's going to come tumbling out of these 2 tubes. So there was the day shift and the night shift. They'll come tumbling out of these tubes, and they'll ride on this little conveyor, right here, and it'll kind of fall down over here. And the kids just love seeing this. They love to click send it to me and watch it fall down. So this is something you would do as a whole class. So then the next phase is quality control. It's not going to tell me we're able to do it right now because obviously I don't have a class doing this with me, but this is the card that the students would see. And like I said, one side is definition of the word, the other side is the picture that they've drawn. So what we would do as a class is everybody would stop, and we should have enough of each card to go through. So then as a class, we would look at the definition right here. We would look at the picture, and then we would decide, yes, we like it. So you would click yes, or you would click no, we don't like it. And then we would find a better definition. So it's kind of a fun class thing. And of course, they all want their own vocabulary words to be in our group, in our deck. So I'm going to move on to the next phase, and this is where we really have to use our imagination. So the cards that we pick, see, they earn points for how many of their vocabulary cards we've picked. And then we would export to Quizlet. I don't think it's going to let me do this at all. So I can make it public, or I can set it with a password for my students, only my students to access. So it exports this to Quizlet, and then it will give me, once I publish it, it will give me a link to these flashcards that the students have made, and then you can share that through Google Classroom. That link, you can share it, you can email it to them, you can share it through Classroom. But obviously the students absolutely love their class-made vocabulary words, and then that studying vocabulary words becomes a station. So it's a lot of fun. The students really enjoy it. So that's the PearDeck Vocabulary Builder. I hope you like it. Thank you.